Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My channel is Lizelle Loves Books, and for today's video, I'm gonna attempt a reading vlog. For those of you guys who don't know, on YouTube, some YouTubers are going to read the Crossfire series by Sylvia. Some YouTubers read it before, some have not. I have already read this series, but I haven't read it in a long time. I'm going to be listening to the audiobooks, so I hope you come along with me and watch this video because this is my first attempt at a reading vlog. I hope you stick around. I'll update you when I read book 1. Hi guys, it's Friday. I listened to books 1 and 2 of Crossfire. Book 1 is called Bare to You. Book 2 is called Reflected in You. And in book 1, we have Ava, who just got a job as a secretary to a guy named Mark. So she goes to the building, and just to know where it is, and she goes to the elevator. In that elevator, she sees Gideon Cross. And there was like an attraction, like when they first met, like she felt something, but she thought nothing of it. She meets Gideon again at a staff meeting at the company, and he tells her, "Do you have a boyfriend? What do I have to do to get him out of the way?" And she was like, "No, that's not happening." She tries to resist him because he's a very public person and she likes to keep things private because of a traumatic experience that happened in her past. She's a survivor of sexual assault. So if that's a trigger warning for you, please know that going in before reading Crossfire. But eventually, she cannot deny the attraction she has toward Gideon Cross. But he lays down the rules like it can only be physical. I cannot give you anything more than that. And something happens in the book where Ava witnesses Julian have sort of a panic attack.
meant to say Gideon, not Julian.
Or some sort of panic
and
attack.
Ava's boss's
And
name is Marcus.
Realizes he has a traumatic past too, because Gideon is also a survivor of the same abuse Ava was subjected to. Ava was subjected to. But the only difference between Ava and Gideon is Ava's okay to talk about it and Gideon is not. Ava's abuser was her stepbrother, because her mom remarried a rich man. But when she found out about it, her mother divorced the husband because of what the son did to her daughter, and she becomes very paranoid when it comes to Ava, like overprotective, and she like puts a tracker in her phone, and Ava lives with her best friend, and that's the only reason why her mom's okay with that, because she likes her best friend. So anyway, Ava and Gideon agreed to this physical relationship, but it's a BDSM dom sub. Because of what happens to him, Gideon needs to be in control, and in the first book at the end, we see that Ava tells Gideon about what happened to her in the past, and Gideon tries to pull away because what if he hurt her and he couldn't take that? And he does pull away because there was an incident at night where Gideon doesn't like to sleep with anyone in his bed because he suffers from night terrors, because he dreams about his abuser at night. But instead of being the victim, he dreams that he's the aggressor. So, there's a situation where Ava was in his bed and Gideon wasn't aware of what he did. And Ava's best friend had to come in the room and pull him off of her. So he's very he pulled away from her because he doesn't want that to happen again. At the end, Ava chases him down like, I like you. I need to be in a relationship with you, and it has to be something more. And that's the first book. The second book is called Reflected in You, and it's about Ava and Gideon continuing their relationship, but Ava demanding more from Gideon, like, I told you about my past. Please tell me about yours. I need more than the physical. And Gideon tells Ava about his tragic past, that his father committed suicide because he swindled people out of his business dealings, so he committed suicide, and his mom put him into therapy for that, to talk to a psychologist, and the psychologist turned out to be Gideon's abuser. And he told his mom, and his mom did not believe Gideon's story. So that's where Ava and Gideon is different, because Ava's parents believed her and Gideon's mother did not. I hated Gideon's mother in this series when I first read it, and I still do. Ava's the only person who tells Gideon I believe you. I believe it's real. Also, in the second book, two men from Ava's past come back, and it's her abuser, and then it's her ex-boyfriend who's who's a lead singer in a rock band. And Ava has always had this attraction to the singer, and they're at his concert one day, and he kisses her, and Gideon sees that. He goes ballistic. So that's something that they have to deal with. Also, Ava, the stepbrother comes back and demands money for him not to spill their story. And Gideon takes care of, at the end of the book, Gideon takes care of the brother, so he's not a problem. And the cops come wondering why all of a sudden his stepbrother disappears.
The police wonder why Ava's stepbrother disappears.
Because
Ava's stepbrother, not Gideon's.
So that's what happens in book 1 and book 2. It's a 5-hour audiobook for each. I listened to it at 2.5 speed. The first book is called Bare to You. The second book is called Reflected in You. Hi guys, it's Monday, so I listened to more of the Crossfire series. I am done listening to the whole series and entwined with you. We kicked off where Reflected in You left off. Gideon kills Ava's stepbrother so he wouldn't bother her anymore, but Gideon and Ava have to pretend to be broken up so that will give Gideon an alibi, because the police
I don't know why
it's
not showing the full pictures
Ava's stepbrother.
of the title of
In
the books.
book it's
I'm
Ava.
sorry.
In the audiobook it's Ava. I don't know, it's weird. So they have to meet each other in secret, and you see Ava and Gideon struggling with that because they need to be in each other's space to be sane. So, but they have to meet each other in secret because they don't want the evidence to be pointed at Gideon. But Gideon and this guy planted evidence away from Gideon and discovered that Eva's stepbrother is not a stand-up guy. So the eyes are taken off of Gideon, so that was the first part of the book. And in this book we see even Gideon really getting into therapy, and Eva has to get a new therapist because of something that happens with her old therapist. Gideon knows her old therapist, so I don't want to spoil anything, so she looks for new therapists. And you see Ava going to therapy, talking about what Gideon did for her and how it really helps her. But Gideon refuses to go to therapy because of what happened to him. He thinks all therapists are bad. And then also in this book we see Ava meeting Gideon's mother and standing up for Gideon and telling her you should have believed your son, and being like Gideon's champion, and that's why Gideon's mother doesn't like her. And we find out, and when Gideon's stepfather hears about all that happened to Gideon, he confronts his wife, like, why didn't you say anything? And Gideon just runs out of that party because he doesn't want to deal with his stepfather, but Ava's like, wait, Gideon, what if your stepfather really didn't know what happened to you? And Gideon's like, what does it matter if he doesn't know? And then Gideon proposes. When they get back together, because everything is cleared with her whole stepbrother situation. Gideon proposes to Ava, and she says yes. So secretly they're married, but in front of their friends and family, they are engaged. So that's what happens in the third book, Entwined with You. And Captivated by You, we see Gideon and Ava moving into an apartment together, planning their wedding. But Gideon's relationship with his family is still rocky because of his mother. But his stepfather goes to Gideon and apologized because he didn't know what was going on under his roof. If he had known, he would have done something. But Gideon's like, he doesn't know what to do with that situation. So he tells him to get out of his office. There's nothing he can do about it now. And everyone is happy about their engagement except Gideon's mom. And then in that book we also find people in the past, like, trying to come between their happiness. Like, there's this stalker guy who has a video of Ava and the rocker ex-boyfriend. He has a tape of them together. And then Gideon's ex-girlfriend who says she's going to do an expose about her relationship with Gideon. And also Gideon trying to come to terms with the past. And a business rival. So everything's coming all at once for them. And Gideon's business rival offers Ava and Ava's boss to come over to their company. So Gideon gives Ava's boss, Marcus or Mark, I forgot his name, a business offer for Crossfire so that way Ava will be safe from his competitors. But Ava takes this the wrong way because Gideon does this without telling Ava. So Ava, without telling her, so she's mad at the end of the book. And that's pretty much where we leave reflected in Captivated by You. That's pretty much the end of Captivated by You. And at the end goes to her and apologizes. Oh, also in Captivated by You, Gideon finds a therapist that he likes, and he helps him deal with his issues about the past and his issues with control. And One With You, Gideon and Eva are planning their wedding still. It's close to when they're supposed to get married, and they're still working out their issues, and Gideon wants to tell his side of the story about what happened to him, because there's this girl from Gideon's past that has tapes of or records of what happened to him, and she threatens to expose them. So in this book, Gideon is dealing with that, and they're at a party one day, and also Gideon's stepfather is going to divorce Gideon's mother because she's an awful person, and one last time Gideon tries to confront his mother to get her to see the truth, but still Gideon's mother denies him, and Ava and Gideon are at a party, and shots ring out. Gideon tries to get Ava out of there, but then somebody else gets shot. It's Ava's mom. Ava's mom got shot by a bullet, and in the story we found out it's because of Gideon, the paparazzi that was stalking him. So Gideon feels bad about what happened to Ava's mom because he thinks it's his fault. And in the last book we find out about Ava's mother's past and why she's so
Ava's
sensitive
mother died,
about what happened
Gideon
to Ava.
feels guilty about that because he thinks it's his fault that she died.
With her sister, and she couldn't protect her. So that's pretty much what happens in Crossfire. And at the epilogue, we see them on their honeymoon. They got married. Gideon tells Ava the story about what happened in her mom's past, and she kind of like has closure on that because she always thought her mother was a materialistic person, even though she was always there. And we see Gideon like come to terms with the fact that his mother is never going to act the way he wants her to, so he just cuts her out of his life. He has Ava now and her family to support him, so that's pretty much the end of One With You. Those are my thoughts in the Crossfire series. I hope you like this vlog. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you liked my first reading vlog.
Also, I forgot to mention
subscribe,
this whole
and
reading vlog for Crossfire started
down
because
below. Thank you.
Cheyenne, that tall book girl.